Alright, so we backed in the Passat here now, but I forgot to mention the headlights look kinda hazy as well. That's one of the things we are going to fix. But now we're going to change the radiator as well as the oil dipstick. So me and my brother are going to try to film this and see what we can do. Right, so we got the new dipstick and the dipstick holder or pipe, which is like a common fault on these engines. They always crack and break, and I've changed it on the Golf, but it's not quite the same. One of the things I check when I don't know how to remove it, I check the new parts, and it just looks like it's some clips here. So let's remove the old ones and put the new ones on. Alright, so as you can see, old dipstick pipe kinda broke, just let loose in there, so it was time to change. Now I can't fit my hand in here to get the pipe off, so we're going to have to take off the boost pipe here. There we go.
Smash.
Okay, so this is what they say when they need to change the oil dipstick. I just tried to pull on the pipe and it just crumbled on itself. That's how fragile the plastic is in this oil pipe. So it just fell into a million pieces down here. Alright, so we finally got the old pipe off, and that's in pieces right there. It was even more crumbled than I thought. I just like pushed the pipe and it crumbled into pieces. So I got most of it off, or I got everything off, but one thing to be wary of is that on the pipe piece you have both inside and outside, and these plastic pieces can fall into the oil. So you want to be very careful with that, so you don't drop everything in there. That's not good to seal up the what's it called, the oil pump. You can seize up the oil pump or starve the engine of oil. So yeah, next is just push this in place hopefully and hope it doesn't crack. I've done that before. How do I get this? Alright, so I'm gonna try to film this myself. We got the dipstick in, finally. You just push the pipe in place. Very nice. Let's move on to the next problem, the radiator. Alright, so this is the passenger seat. Yeah, there's quite a lot of water in here. I'm trying to take out the worst of it. Let's see if I can put the flashlight away. So I'm trying to dry it up, as well as get the carpet to dry out a little bit. I don't know how yet. You can even see how it's pouring down there. So I'm gonna try to dry this out as well, or while that's drying out, I'm going to seal up the cabin filter housing with some silicone. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so I got the plastic cover off, as well as the rubber seal. So here we got the cabin, what's it called? Cabin filter holder. And I need to get rid of one screw there and two screws there somehow. Alright, so I finally got all the screws out, but I had some issues taking the box out. So you have to lift up, what's it called? The window sill that goes down low. And you can take one of these clips out here to be able to lift the entire box. You have to take this out like this. And you get this out. Hey, and here is the problem. It pours water in there and down the cabin air intake. Finally guys, I got it cleaned up there, so I'm ready to silicone the hell out of that plastic mount thingy. to make it seal up properly. There were all the way here along the side we had, where is it? This is all the dirt I got out of it. A ton of it. So yeah, the water pours into the left side here and drains to the drainage down here. But that's kind of stupid, because when it fills with dirt, it goes down to the fan instead, which sucks. Alright guys, so I've cleaned this up as well, the plastic holder, and I've put some silicone all around the edges now. So hopefully that will seal a lot better, as well as having cleaned all the way around here and getting rid of the dirt and everything. We should be able to keep it pretty clean and dry inside the cabin now, which is nice. I'll put this in and see how it looks. Alright, now I got the filter housing in place and it seemed like it sealed well. I could feel it's putting down silicone or pushing it down. I'm gonna tighten it, so that's probably gonna be tight. Now I'm going to remove the front here so I can remove the coolant as well as changing the radiator. So, yep. Alright, so I've removed the grill now and I'm ready to take out the front, so we can take away the AC cooler and then remove the radiator. Hopefully, at least. We'll see how it looks behind there. I just cleaned out the drainage holes at the back as well, so hopefully now we don't have any water leaking in. Alright, it's day 2 now, or a continue of the previous day. It's actually a few days later now, but I got the Passat together. I showed you guys the filter, the cabin filter, and the cooler I had to change, and dipstick and such, and all that is done. The only thing is that I broke one of the clips to the locking mechanism on the hoses, so I had to leave it standing for a day, and I changed that the day after. But that was pretty simple. Now nothing is leaking, and I'm driving the car as usual, which is nice. And back here, Andre's engine is almost back together to the Volvo engine. So we are going to see if we can finish it today. I got here only the oil sump left, basically. We did the timing belt and everything, and the top end and bottom end is together. So yeah, it's pretty much the oil sump, and then we can put the clutch and flywheel on and the gearbox, and hopefully we can do that today, as well as put it on the subframe, because on the Volvos you just loosen the whole subframe with like 4 bolts and everything is attached to there. Alright, so we got Hugo and Andre in the background now. They are screwing down the oil sump. We got it silicone and stuff. Volvos are pretty cool because you just use silicone on every surface instead of a gasket. What are you doing? Yeah, they just use silicone on everything. So we silicone everything, and they're tightening everything down. And after that we are ready for the clutch, right? Yep. We're going to put the engine in the subframe and put on the clutch and flywheel and everything, and maybe even the gearbox. So that's pretty nice. Now we have the complete oil sump installed, along with the water cooler, or oil water cooler. Andre is cleaning up some stuff, and then we're going to try to put it on the subframe here. We are now ready to put the engine on the engine lift and onto the subframe here. Helvete, nu skulle jag ha ett momentnyktern nu. Alright, so this is like day 3 or something, and I come to the garage and Andre and Hugo is already putting the engine in. Andre is very happy right now. He's been waiting a long time for this. So we are lowering the body onto the engine with the subframe underneath, lining everything up and such, which is super awesome. And we're almost down all the way here, which is awesome. And I saw that Andre also decorated the wall in the garage with some Wonderbounce. Feels just like home. So as you can see, we have the subframe completely mounted to the chassis. So we just tighten down these holders, one on the other side and in the front as well. So now we can lower the jack that we got here with a pallet, and hopefully the whole subframe stays on the car. And for some reason we can't focus. There we go. First time in 7 months we got an engine in this car. Okay, so now we got almost all the connectors together. We got the vad fan heter multirem?
Serpentine belt.
Serpentine. We got the serpentine belt or whatever it's called in place. So we got the coolant reservoir as well as the servo steering reservoir and the ECU box in place. So Andre is putting together the last coolant hoses. It's kind of a mess here, but that's alright.
It's a Volvo.
It's a Volvo. So yeah, he's putting the last coolant hose on, I think, down there. Then we got the engine mount and some stuff. But it's coming together very nicely here. Not much left until we can start it, I think. This is day 4 or something of putting the engine together into the car. And Hugo and Andre have been at work all day while I've been away. They put the downpipe in and fixed the brakes and stuff like that. And we're almost ready to put some oil in. So yeah, we're finishing things off. I got a haircut too, by the way. We're finishing things off and almost ready to put the oil in and then try to crank, maybe start. So guys, it's now the evening, and we have been home and eaten a little bit and prepared, because we're going to try to start the Volvo now. We are only waiting for Andre. Everybody else is here. We're going to fill it up with some coolant and check everything over, and then we're going to see if the batteries wanna turn the engine over, basically. Get some oil pressure and stuff. After that, maybe even try to start it and see what happens. Okay, so we have bled the clutch, I think. We're going to see if the car will crank. Yep. Stop. All right, so we are going to try to start. We crank the engine over a little bit, and we're going to see if it's going to start at all. Let's see here. Okay. So turns out we forgot a ground wire, so we're going to see if it maybe will start now instead. I hope. Today is day 5, I think. It's the day after yesterday, at least. And Hugo and Andre were here pretty early and managed to start the engine. Turns out you need to have some battery power to start the car. So we're putting the last plastic details on the engine. We're going to see if I can film the start again, and then we're going to run the car for a little bit, change the oil and stuff, and see that everything looks fine. So yeah. So this is the first time in like 7 or 8 months that this car is standing on its own 4 wheels. Holy shit, guys, it's even going under its own power, so we're going to leave it outside, let it go for a little while before we change the oil and stuff like that. Damn, it sounds nice. Sounds nice. We had a small issue. We forgot one of the grounds. We forgot one of the grounds to the coil pack, so it ran like shit. But yeah, it turned out it was just a ground wire. So now we're just gonna leave it running for a little while, which is awesome. All right, guys. This is so exciting. This car has been on the lift for at least 7 months now. No, it's 8 months, 9, 10. Hugo says 10 months. Damn, time flies. So yeah, we're so excited. The car is outside. We're letting it idle a little bit, giving it some gas. We're going to clean out the garage while it's out. And yeah, we're going to change the oil and check everything, make sure everything is all right. And then Andre can drive his car again, which he hasn't been able to in almost a year now. So that's super exciting. We're so happy now, right now. What is going on, guys? It's Linus from the future here. Yeah, I am in the garage, but this is just about a week later from the video you're currently watching, because I noticed now that I am editing it, that I forgot to film quite a lot in between places here and there. So yeah, we were here for, I think it was 4 days, fixing my Passat as well as fixing Andre's car. There was quite a lot of stuff to do, so I helped out a lot and forgot to film some of the stuff. But also I think it's better that we get things done here. It's just unfortunate that I couldn't film everything for you. It's a lot to do. I just want to say that we got the car running for him. We just had a ground wire that we forgot to attach at first. So that's awesome. Yeah, the next thing now is we're going to clean up the garage, because his car has been on the lift, using both the lift and all the stuff underneath, so we haven't been able to do much here. So we got quite a lot of junk, so I'm going to try to take out the Golf, and we're going to throw a bunch of trash and get everything sorted here again, so it looks presentable. Because it just has been chaos the last week or two here. I'm just figured I had to pop in here and tell you guys everything, as well as the Passat. I ended up not filming the radiator change because it was a lot to do there as well, and I was running between my car and Andre's car. So yeah, the Passat is running, the Golf is just standing here now, waiting for papers still from the transport agency something. I don't know what you call it in English, but transportstyrelsen basically. Yeah, I'm still waiting on papers for that, and so the only legal car at the moment is Hugo's Evo, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, and the Passat, of course, it's also illegal. Andre has to get his car inspected, I think you call it. Yeah, you need to do inspection on it. That's how it is right now. I also got another video coming up, and also I just want to thank everyone that's watching, and I really enjoy doing this, and everyone that's commenting and stuff. I really love it. I really do appreciate you guys here. And if you enjoy this episode of a little bit more of a Volvo-centric episode, leave a like and comment if there is something you want to know, or if there's anything you want to see, and I'll try to get it done for you guys. We got some stuff that's going to get done to the Passat, we got some stuff that's going to get done to the Golf, but for now we're just waiting. But at least we got the lift available to us now, so we can do a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's I just needed to pop in here and tell you guys, because I barely had an intro and not much of an outro either. Leave a like if you like it, leave a dislike if you don't. I'll see you in the next video.